It's called the Scion IQ, but it's not the smartest way to save gas. Either I weigh 600 pounds more than the average driver in the EPA calculations, or there's simply something wrong with the way the EPA estimates the mileage for their car that's so small it doesn't even have a glove compartment. By the way, I kept trying to open the glove compartment until I realized it was actually the airbag door, and that would have been really embarrassing to explain to the fleet manager. No, really, it just deployed while I was sitting in my garage. On my Facebook page, I mentioned that the Scion IQ doesn't have a glove compartment, to which a former colleague replied, "That car is a glove compartment." There's only one central cup holder between the front seats. On a tangential note, a viewer recently went on a tirade about one of my reviews, blaming America for the scourge of cup holders in cars. He said, quote, "Stop drinking stupid soda. It's not a McDonald's, it's a car." Well, alright. I didn't have trouble merging onto the highway in the tiny Scion, but under hard acceleration, the 1.3-liter four-cylinder engine sounded like there was an angry vegan under the hood with a blender. Motor Trend said she takes 10.8 seconds to get you from 0 to 60. That's almost enough time for her to make a sign out of tofu that reads, I'm trying. While driving on the interstate at night, I kept looking in my rearview mirror thinking other cars and trucks were tailgating me, but then I realized they weren't. There just wasn't much car behind me, so objects in mirrors seemed closer than they really were. There's no backup camera in the IQ, but the rear and side windows are big enough that even I won't complain about the lack of a backup camera. Plus, this thing is so small, I'm not completely sure you even need reverse. You can almost make a U-turn inside your garage. Speaking of parking, the IQ is so compact that you don't really have to parallel park it in a traditional fashion. You can kind of make a right turn at the front grille of the other car and then make a left when you get to the curb. The Scion, in a color called Hot Lava, combined with its unique shape, caused a lot of stares and traffic. The car made me a little nervous on the highway in the rain, but on dry pavement it seemed fine. The suspension did not seem to be designed as a conspiracy between my chiropractor and my dentist. In other words, it was surprisingly smooth over rough pavement. Either Emily Latella is still alive and well, or everyone I called had trouble hearing me while using the Scion's integrated Bluetooth system. I wish there was a way to measure audio clarity on the Bluetooth systems in my review cars, because they vary between, "Yeah, I can hear you," to, "You said you want me to put a gargoyle on your desk because the traffic and the Hummel makes you sad?" Headroom, legroom, and just about every other type of room in the front seats of the Scion was quite good, and the seats were comfortable. The back seat doubled as a briefcase holder. As far as mammals go, I think even my Labrador would think it doesn't have much paw room. While the Scion we tested had the basic standard creature comforts like air conditioning and power windows and locks, I think it's the first car I've driven in years that did not have some type of cruise control. Cruise control normally increases gas mileage. The EPA estimates that the 94 horsepower Scion IQ with the CVT gets 36 miles per gallon in the city and 37 on the highway. According to both the trip computer in the Scion and my frequent stops at the Exxon station, I rarely got better than the high 20s in combined city and highway mileage. Once I got into the low 30s, but I think I had a tailwind. That's not exactly stellar mileage for a modern car. While the government crash test ratings are quite good, you may want to take note of the fine print on the window sticker that reads, quote, "Crash test results should only be compared to other vehicles of similar size and weight." As a friend of mine used to say, you can't legislate the laws of physics. In other words, as a rule, people in larger, heavier cars always fare better in a collision. The base price of the 2012 Scion IQ is a little over $15,000. The price as tested with options including satellite radio, iPod adapter, floor mats, and destination was $17,198. I'm Grant Winter reporting for Real World Test Drive.